Hi! Welcome back. Where are we going? I know you have all been waiting with bated breath.
I'm glad that it's over. Everybody's been holding their breath so long.
Yeah. And of course, in typical YouTube fashion, we're not going to tell you until the end of the video because we want you to watch longer.
Funny. We've been in Tucson for 6 months now.
Yeah.
And in Arizona for quite a while. Because we were in Tucson for a little over a year, and then we were in Cottonwood for 6 months, and then we came back to Tucson for 6 months. We're ready for a change. We both got itchy feet. We want to see something different. We want to see some different landscapes. We want to see a different part of the country.
And we definitely don't want to be here for the summer.
No.
Which is going to be like ridiculous. 120 degrees and... no.
Yeah, we're talking, it would be one thing if it went to 120 degrees and then the next day it was back down to 90.
Yeah.
It would be, no. We like to set records in Arizona.
Yeah.
Last year, the summer, it was over 30 days that was close to 120. It was definitely over 100, and I think it was over 110 for 30 days straight.
Yeah. I don't want to do no more summers here.
No.
Also, I got to tell you, this kind of goes to our neighbor videos. We have had a neighbor here that hopefully he won't see this video because quite honestly, I'm not sure he knows how to use his computer. But he's been a little bit annoying.
Challenging? Challenging.
I like that, you see. This is why we keep her around, so that she can give me the more diplomatic. He is in a bright pink Mini Winnie fifth wheel. And the man is 65 years old. He asked me to show him how to ride a bike. I taught my sons how to ride a bike. I don't think I'm ready to teach a 65-year-old man how to ride a bike. And he also allowed his black tank hose to just kind of break loose while he was emptying his black tank and sprayed it all over the ground out there. And then just took a hose and sprayed it down and said, okay, we're done.
Right next to our picnic table. I mean, you know how these sewer things are right up against the end of your site?
Yeah. So I had to talk to the manager here, and she went and put down some lye, and they cleaned it up.
Thank goodness all this happened while I was at work. Because from his report, there was not pleasant smells, and also flies were accumulating over there.
Yeah, the place looked like the friggin' Amityville Horror. I mean, there were just flies everywhere. But, on to the real subject of this video.
I had, last year, I think I mentioned it on here, I got my California nursing license, which required me to take microbiology, which I will never do again. And I passed the course and got my California license, and we've been in Arizona since, but it's good for 3 years, so I am looking forward to going to California.
And just a little explanation there. There's a difference between what they call compact states and non-compact states. And most of the United States are compact states.
As far as nursing licenses are concerned.
Right. And what that means is if you get a license in one state, it carries over to all these other states. California is not a compact state.
California, Oregon is not. There is probably maybe 10 states, I don't think it's that many anymore, that are not compact states. And a lot of them are joining as the years go by because it's so much easier. And COVID had a lot to do with that because a lot of the non-compact states had to make some exceptions about their licenses because they needed nurses so badly. So a lot of states have reconsidered it. I don't see, and I don't know of anybody in nursing who sees California ever joining because they're kind of their own entity. So
I've often said to Cindy that I think California, Texas, and Florida should just break off and form their own countries because they don't match with anything else in the country.
And they are extremes from one side to the other.
Yes.
In all ways, from coast to coast, from left to right. We won't go any further.
Right.
But I've been wanting to go to California. I have a son who lives in San Francisco, or just north of San Francisco. He and his husband live there, and so, of course, I'd like to be within driving distance of them. So I set out with my recruiter to find a job. Normally, when I put in for a contract, I may have to try most of the time only one. I apply for a contract, they put me in for it, they say yes, I go. But California is a whole different animal because so many people want to go work there. They have great labor laws, they have great rules for nursing, they have great work-life balance as far as the rules, the laws that they have in place for patient safety, for ratios of how many patients a nurse can have in certain units, for break times, for all these things that you don't see in any other state. So,
and they pay like crazy.
Yeah. They do generally pay better. So it's not COVID prices, but it's still good. And so I have a benchmark of how much I want to make for us. And so we put it at that benchmark and started looking. I think I submitted for almost 10 different jobs. One was way in the north of California, one was way in the south of California, but the rest of them were around within an hour and a half or so of San Francisco. Don't want to be in a big city. We are not big city people. So we did not want to go to Los Angeles under any circumstances. We did not want to go to in the middle of San Francisco, did not want to go to
San Diego,
Sacramento, all these huge cities. We really didn't want to be in a city. We always tried to be somewhere outside of a city. So there was an area south of San Francisco that we found some nice looking RV parks, and so I started applying at several different hospitals there.
San Mateo.
San Mateo was the area. And because California is kind of skinny compared to other states, there were RV parks on either side that were doable. So, long story short, I put in a lot more contract submissions than I usually do, and all of them came back with a no for one reason or another.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Some of them wanted specific experience in occupational health or correctional facilities or
Yeah, she even went for a correctional job.
yeah, just expanding my possibilities. So most of them were because someone else had already submitted and been accepted for the job before I could get it in. I'm telling you, I was checking it 3 to 4 times a day to see if there were new jobs posted. That's how quickly those jobs go in California. So the biggest obstacle was getting submitted quickly enough to be the person who got in front of the hospital people first. So
She eventually had to expand her search to
and
other places.
a lot of that is because, well, part financially. I mean, every week I'm out of work is money spent and money not coming in. So, from my side anyway. And so we started talking. He gets anxious when I finish a contract and I don't have another one signed. Because most of the time I at least have a good idea of where we're going, or I already have signed a contract by the time I finish the contract I'm in.
And I mean, she's been doing this for so long now, it's pretty much a guarantee wherever she wants to go.
Yeah. So California is a different animal, and so we started looking elsewhere. And as we talked about it, one place that Felix has always wanted to go, and I have too, but it's been a long, his entire adult life has.
Oh, you can't tell him yet.
Oh, okay.
It's not the end of the video. We have to be true YouTubers.
Okay. Okay. So we expanded our search. I put in for I was submitted for a job in another area.
Another state.
And got it. So.
Now, I have to say, since we've been on the road, we have not been near a freaking ocean at all.
The ocean is my happy place. The beach is my happy
And
place.
I really wanted that for Cindy. I did. Honest to God, I did. But there's also a place that is my, for lack of a better term, dream location. Since 1987, I have wanted to go to this place. And I have never been there. Right to the point of my first wife and I were all set to move there. And it fell through.
So, since I didn't get my first pig, no, we're going to try again after this contract. We're going to try again for California. Maybe start looking a little earlier. There's a little time thing you have to play with contracts because they don't open them very far ahead, maybe a month, maybe 6 weeks ahead of the start date. You can see the jobs. So it's not something you can plan out now for 6 months from now or 3 months from now. So it's kind of a time game. So after this contract, we will try again to get to California.
And now,
Drum roll.
Bucky joined in.
Drum roll, doggy bark.
We will tell you where we're going. On June 8th, we're leaving out of here and heading to Pueblo, Colorado.
We've watched some YouTube videos about it. We're getting excited about it because it is a city, but it's not a huge city. And there are lots of things to do around there from what we can see. And as always, you have to be kind of picky about what kind of people you watch on YouTube, because some of the ones we saw were just kind of negative, like, uh-oh, did we make a mistake? We don't want to go to this place. But of course, we also found some people who have a good attitude and showed us some beautiful, wonderful things to do. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being in a new place, in a new area, seeing it is still what they call high desert.
Yeah,
But
it's probably going to be in similar climate to when we were in Rio Rancho.
yeah. So it's going to be still a desert-like environment, but there's green trees and a river runs through the city.
And there's grass some places. We haven't seen grass really in 2 years.
So we are really looking forward to it. And
She did. She went to North Carolina for about 10 days.
yeah, the humidity. So we are going to Pueblo, Colorado. I'll be working at a hospital there in a cardiac unit, which I'm also excited about. I started out in cardiology when I started nursing in a step-down unit, and this is also a step-down unit. So I'll, of course, get other med-surg patients as well as overflow. But I'm looking forward to going back to cardiac and having different kinds of patients than ortho, even though I got to like ortho some. Just looking forward to the whole
And I'm looking forward to getting to finally see Colorado. And not only that, it's like 20 minutes away from the place that me and my first wife were actually planning on moving to, Colorado Springs.
It's crazy. We're going to be near Colorado Springs. We're going to be near a lot of hiking, a lot of camping, a lot of
Outdoor
outdoor
opportunity.
activities, and it's, number one, not as hot as Tucson in the summer.
Aha! But that's it. We're going to Pueblo, Colorado, and as I promised, we're going to try and do a lot of filming between here and there. We're actually going to be returning to an RV park that I have a review up here of that we went to 5 years ago. And I'm going to show you all that. Maybe I'll show you how things have changed.
This is the planner extraordinaire. He's already got all of our reservations between here and there, and everything's all set up. We know exactly how far we're going each day, which parks we're going to, and when we're going to arrive.
So we'll try and take you along if we remember to put the camera and set it up. Which we have to be totally transparent. That is why we don't have a lot of footage of us traveling and doing things.
So we're kind of like all or nothing. So usually you get nothing. You might see more of what we're doing than you ever wanted to see. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that turns out.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, safe travels.